I like putting spirits in a water bottle. Makes me look really healthy. And really, I'm just walking about raising alky. I know someone who used to do that as well. Used to put vodka. Who used to put vodka? Used to put vodka even. Jesus, I forgot what it was called. In a Coke bottle. Filling it off like most little drizzle of Coke in it, right? Like a big 2 litre bottle, walk about sipping Coke all day like no one knew. Oh, mate. Clothes, man. We all like to wear our own clothes, don't we? No one likes to borrow other people's or wear other people's or wear something that's 20 years old that's been around 30 years worth of sweaty chad. You know what I mean? No one wants that. We all like to wear our own shit, especially when you're banged up, yeah. Why is this video bare dark? This iPad is crap, mate. I've got to concede. I mean, it's got a big ass crack down it now where I threw it the other day. Well, I tapped it on the settee the other day, and yeah, I think it's time to just admit defeat and get a new one, man. I can barely see my beautiful baby blues, especially when you're banged up. Clothes, that's what we're on about, right? You go there, especially if you don't know anyone, right? You go to some jail where you don't know no one, right? You got no ratings, yeah. You got no ratings. No one knows you. No one gives you no respect. So on kit chains, you get the turd end of everything, yeah. You get if there's a green sheet to be had that's that big, that's covered, that's been whittled down to that much because it's been made into a million different lines. If there's a bit of claret on it, if there's a suspect brown stain on it, you'll get it because you've got no ratings. You know what I mean? If there's a crusty pair of socks that you need to beat off your cell wall to get a bit of movement in before you can put them in, before you can put your feet in, you'll get them because you've got no ratings. Yeah. I've seen the way clothes get washed in there. Yeah, they don't unroll things and go, okay, then we'll do the socks first. Then we'll do the white. They don't do all that, mate. They chuck whole kit bags in, rolled up like kit bags with like bricks of socks in, mate. T-shirts, just rammed, mate. Just chucking it in, beating it in with a stick, mate. So it don't even turn when they spin it. I've seen them do it, and it comes out bone dry where no water can penetrate it. You'll end up with that because you've got no ratings. That's why you've got to wear your own clothes, isn't it? Yeah. It's nothing like it as well. Say if you usually you get like about a week to get all your stuff sent in without having to go through the rigmarole of putting in apps. Like usually, like you've just arrived, you just turned up at a nick, probably been swagged off the street. You're on remand. They'll say, right, you've got 24 hours or a week or whatever it is, where your people can come up. They don't need a visiting order. They don't need a clothes order. They can just come up with your stuff and go as a one-off. Yeah. I'm presuming that the jail, whatever jail you're in, they want you to wear your own clothes as well. Sort of takes the dairy off them to have to keep providing you with stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. So just imagine, but sometimes, yeah. So like, if you might have had to wait a month or something, right? You might have had to wait a month. You might have got yourself stuff sent in the post. You might have got your stuff sent in the post. Like, you know what I mean? You're a million miles away. You got your stuff sent in the post. And even though you're allowed it, it might still take a month to get it because it just sit in the visit, like it's the sorting room. They got to go through it. All they've got to do is open it up and check and give it to you. But it's like a screw's got to do that, and God forbid they have to do something that's not in their job description. It just sit there and they'll look at it, clogging up their little tiny little office, and they'll just refuse to do it. I'm not saying they're lazy or nothing, but eventually you'll get it, yeah. And even once you've busted it, even if it's been sitting in some sweaty box for a month, you'll open it and you'll smell like the Lenore that your bird uses or your mum uses or your nan, whoever looks after you, you know what I mean? You'll open it up and go, oh, that smells great. Every time you put on something new, you'll smell it. It could take you 6 months to wear it all. You probably won't, but yeah, you'll smell the freshness every time you put it on, yeah, until you've had to give it to a mate who just chucks it in and beats it in with a stick. And then it come back smelling like dirty dishwater. Regardless, That's what I hate about towels, jail towels, jail towels, tall towels, no, prison towels, yeah, where no matter what, as soon as they get a little bit damp, you go like, okay, kit change, brand new towel. As soon as it gets a little bit damp, it stinks like dirty dishwater, like I said, like dirty Diana. Stinks like dirty dishwater, mate. Regardless, you never get a towel, you go, oof. You don't really want to dab it on your face, mate. You'll lose it once and just dash it in the shower and have an argument the next day to get a new one. Because the screws will be like, well, you've got that towel's got to last you a week. So yeah, I dropped it in the shower. Oh, it's tough. Yeah, alright. You'll go through that rigmarole every day. You'll rather go through that every single day than you have to reuse some stinking towel. And they never dry. They never dry, prison towels, man. It's not like you get your own. You get your own one. You'd expect your own one that's like as big as you, like a beach towel that you've been sent in, to be hard to dry. But you can just chuck that over your over your chair and it's dry. Them jail ones, they're like little like mini skirt, like little mini skirt length, like let you wrap around yourself. You have to hold it round with your hand. They'll never dry. You give them 10 years, they'll never dry. They'll be damp and cold and wet and stinking. And then you've used it for a week and you've noticed there's a big ass suspect red and brown stain on it that you never noticed. You've been drying your face with it the whole time. Oh, mate. But the only thing is, if you wear your own, you become a target. You can become a target because people get jealous, yeah? No one's jealous of you if you're walking about in sheepskin socks that you've had to beat off the prison wall, yeah, to get your feet into. No one cares about that. No one cares about if you're wearing, like, prison greys where, like, the bottoms of your trousers don't like the tops of your trainers. They got a beef and they're trying to stay really far apart. You know what I mean? No one cares if you're walking about like that. No one cares if you've got a jumper on that's sort of like, you know what I mean? Same thing. They got a beef with your wrists, and it likes to stay up high. If you like go like that, it goes. No one cares if you look like that. It's just, people don't care. People don't want your stuff. But if you've got a nice night tracksuit or Adidas, even if you've got an iTech t-shirt, mate, or a Primark, some people could go, oof, yeah, that's a bit of me. Tell you two things that come to mind. I'm putting a light spin on it, really, ain't I? Yeah, but we're talking about people getting robbed for their gear. Yeah, it's not a funny thing. It's out of order. It's wrong and all that. One happened in Chelmsford, one happened in Pentonville. But say you act afterwards. Anyone can have a bad day and sort of will get robbed. People can. It can happen. But it's how you react, isn't it? And these people, I don't think reacted in the right way. In a prison sense. So the one in Chelmsford, I'm on the induction wing. I'm up on the twos. I'm in a single cell. Geezer come. I'm not even sure he come. I think he might have come from another jail. And was my next door. When you turn up there, you go on the induction wing. Obviously, you'll be a single cell first. They'll move you down to the ones into a double, then move you off. Yeah, the wing to like one of the main ones. Spice, you can like the spice you smoke. You can get the green stuff that looks like weed, or you can get it's just sprayed straight onto paper. People do, or alleged, of course, but people can allegedly get it put onto like what would look like a kid's drawing. You can get your kids to draw saying, draw this for daddy. Draws a lovely picture and then just spray it and send it. Yeah. This geezer just had like his wall was Keiko with spice, really, that looked like pictures of kids' pictures. He was on the wing for a couple of days before people found out. He was obviously telling people. He didn't tell me, I don't think. And yeah, people went in there one day. I'm leaning outside the cell. They told me to keep dog, I think. Keep a lookout. It was already happening. He got a stream of geezers pouring into his cell. I wasn't part of it, but they've gone keep an eye out. All right, you know, rightly or wrongly, wrongly. But what can you do, you know? And also, I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to get something out of this. You know, truth be told. I think, oh, yeah, sweet. But, yeah, they went in there. They was in there for ages. Ages. They stripped this geezer, allegedly. And come out, was in there for ages. They come out with everything. And especially one of them had all of his clobber, like his clothes. Just had the lot, yeah? And, matey stayed on the wing for about another 24 hours before he disappeared, yeah? But he was watching this matey wear his clothes for like the rest of the day, really, and didn't do nothing. Like, he had his jumper on within 20 minutes of taking it, and never did nothing. That's not the standout of the two, anyway. The one in the Ville stands out more, yeah? There was this geezer on the wing. Few people knew him on there and all that, and it was a bit of a, he was one of them ones. He was always loud and giving it, and he'd be the first to jump on someone for some slight or something. But also you've got to remember, the people that scream the loudest usually got nothing to say, yeah, right? So he turned out to be one of them. You know, months go by. We're on a G-wing in Deville, in Pentonville. It used to be, I don't know how all the wings are these days now. We're talking a few years ago. G-wing used to be the biggest wing. Someone else you knew turns up, and just exposes him straight away. Just like, he can't believe the way this geezer's acting. Yeah, he knows him from road, obviously. He can't believe the way the geezer's acting. He can't believe people were letting him act this way. Other people that know him, and he just decides that he's to expose him there and then. So he goes into his cell and just mugs him. I didn't actually see him go into the cell yet, but I know he went in there on his own, allegedly. This is only what I've heard and things I've been told. But what do I know, innit? Yeah. Yeah, he's gone into his cell, just in front of a few people, and just took all his stuff. Just cleared it out while he's there. Slapped him about a little bit. Allegedly, or alleged, and just took all his stuff, and was wearing it on the wing. And the change in the geezer was instant. He's gone from this big loudmouth. He wasn't big, but he's gone from this loudmouth, bullyish, you know, picking on people over things, taking the piss out of people, you know, making people uncomfortable. One of the people you wouldn't want to be around. He's gone from that to just being some meek, quiet, head down, looking at a geezer wearing his stuff every day, and didn't do nothing, and just lost all the respect. Well, did he even have any respect? Whatever, but he'd lost whatever he had, because one person just come on and just thought, huh, what? Genuine. The person that done it as well was actually alright. He wasn't actually a bully. Randomly, he just wanted to expose matey. But that's what happens, man. You can't hide forever. You'll always get exposed eventually. It'll always come unstuck for you. If you're, well, it's as in life. If you're living a lie, it's going to come on top, innit? If you enjoyed that, hit subscribe, and we'll chat again. Adios.